Hello guys, just Goran here and welcome back to a new episode of Building the Beekse Bergen. Today we are doing a time-lapse. It's been a while since we've done one. Well, always kind of has been a while whenever I do a time-lapse because I don't do them that often. But I just decided to hit record while building this little building, so I had some time-lapse material for you guys, which is good because there are a few things I want to discuss for today. Because in today's episode we are kind of finishing off the last unfinished bits of the park that are in the area that is most finished. And why that's important is because I want to release the park today, tomorrow, Toyota, sometime this week, and the week is almost over, so it's going to be very, very soon when I'm uploading this video today. So yeah. Today we are finishing off this final little area, and what does that area include? Well, it includes the ranger camp, which we are working on right now. It includes an aviary, the Woodland aviary, and it contains a little bit of forest area that's currently still an open field. So let's talk about the ranger camp that we're building over here. What you can see is a little building made out of pieces of like cloth for tent and this very nice reddish brown wood. And what's really cool about this building actually is that it is where the zoo records their zoo school videos. They have these YouTube videos where they talk about certain animals, and whenever they use a bit of a classroom setting, that is recorded in this building, because yeah, this building features a classroom. Don't think I'm going to be making the interior, so I'll just tell you so you can imagine it yourself. This building has a little classroom inside of it, where I think schools can actually hire it as well. So yeah, in there keepers can kind of teach kids about the different animals in the zoo and stuff like that. I think they have some props in there as well to aid the classes, which is pretty cool. I kind of feel like doing an interior for this one, but it seems like a waste, but I might try it. Who knows, maybe in the future, we'll see. Definitely not for today, because it's about getting things ready for the upload, because I want to upload this before I go camping this week, and that is this Saturday, and actually this Friday I'm already leaving to go there, so there's not a lot of time left, which is why I'm kind of prioritizing some things in the park over others, just to get the most important things done. I'll talk about it later in the episode, what still needs to happen, but I do have most things prepared. Like, I know kind of what I'm going to put in the description of the workshop release. I've got a photo album of many different reference pictures throughout the zoo, organized in such a way that it kind of leads you counterclockwise through the zoo, so when you actually get access to the park, you're going to be able to take that photo album on your phone or on a different screen, if you have several screens, and you'll be able to go through the zoo and look at those pictures, maybe try to find the exact angles they were taken at, and compare to the recreation I did, which is going to be pretty cool, I think. Not all the photos are the best quality because I'm not a photographer, but I think people will enjoy it. At least I hope so. It gives people who are not familiar with the zoo a chance to also really get the wow factor of how accurate things are. Which it kind of sounds like I'm bragging, but I mean that's the way it is. Like I've really done my best to make things as accurate as possible, and I think it shows. So it sucks for people who don't know the zoo that they won't be able to experience that. But now they can, so that's cool. But yeah, the building over here, you can see it's already evolving quite a bit. There's more tent pieces coming in, there's more wood pieces coming in. It was actually very nice for me that the building is not mirrored on the other side, it's just rotated 90 degrees. I think these buildings are the same ones they use in the vacation park. There's like a camping where you can camp. And I think you can hire similar buildings there. But they just put one here for the purpose of the zoo. I was actually planning, or my parents were planning on taking me and my girlfriend to the vacation park this summer, but most of it's already been booked, so we don't think that it'll be a good idea. It's also a bit of a shame that due to the corona measurements you won't be able to just go to the zoo at any time, because you'll still have to reserve a spot and stuff like that, so we're probably gonna do it some other time, which is fine. Yeah, then we have a bit of a cloth roof put on top, and that is the building done. Now here I started to realize that the elevation was actually kind of a lot higher than what I had it at first, and eventually that started to dawn on me in several areas of what we're going to be working on today, because this entire kind of section of the zoo is actually higher up. I already had it in the staff area behind the Africa village, so here I figured out that this needed to be higher. Now in a little bit I'll also find out that the aviary that we're gonna build also goes up, so yeah, that elevation change kind of brought it all together, and it's really nice when it does that, like when things just line up like that. But yeah, now we've got this little well, it's not it uses the electric fence, but that's definitely not what I intend it to be. I've put these fences all over the place. I mean, you just saw me copy it over from the elephant field. It's just this little wooden fence, kind of supported by those metal wires. And yeah, I really like the look of this. I think it's not 100% like it. It doesn't look like, well, it doesn't look 100% like it does in real life, but it looks close enough. And now we are able to, yeah, we've completed the camp. I'm putting these tents in here temporarily, because through some reference I find later, I actually figure out that the tents look a bit different, and I think that I'm gonna be able to make them custom, but I can't make any promises. It might be that we just keep these tents instead, but yeah, that was just to give myself an idea of what the camp looked like. And for the time being, I'm not gonna finish the camp completely. I'm just gonna have it there as a kind of background thing, just look a little bit more polished than it did. But there is going to be a sign in front of it that says, oh, this area isn't finished. So people who are going to be exploring the zoo will know that, yeah, that it's not finished, basically. And there's going to be a bunch of those signs across the zoo. They'll just warn you, like, oh, the area you're about to enter isn't finished, so you might want to take a different route. And the route that I am suggesting through the photo album, of course, has next to no unfinished areas in it. There's of course a couple, especially with the giraffe habitat not being done. You do have to walk past that. So yeah, you will encounter some unfinished things, but it's largely finished, and there's actually a lot to explore and see, and hopefully a lot to take inspiration from as well. But yeah, we are nearing the end of this time lapse as we are putting in the final bits of foliage in front of the ranger camp building. And once all of that is in, we are going to be moving on through real-time me of the past, who is going to walk you through the building process of the aviary. So hope you're looking forward to that, and I will see you in a bit. Or well, I'll see you in the past. It's kind of weird. Enjoy the rest of the video anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse, but now let's be nice and quiet and get around the campfire in the brand new ranger camp, which is not at all finished. The darkness nicely masks all of the unfinished bits. Also, these are not the final tents that I'm going to use, because I actually found a video, and this video shows people sitting around the campfire and enjoying their time at the ranger camp. So yeah, from that video I was able to recreate the campfire. But I now have an idea kind of what the tents look like. I think I saw a shot of the one building that I don't have a reference photo of. So yeah, I should be able to use that video to kind of more faithfully recreate the ranger camp, which is great, because this is one of the areas I can't really get to, and I don't have the balls to walk up to it and be shouted at like, you can't be here. Though it is definitely an area I would like to visit at some point in my life. You can stay the night here, and if we zoom out for a moment, you'll be able to see that we are dead in the center of the zoo. So you can literally just camp out here, yeah, surrounded by the wilderness, and well, not really wilderness, but surrounded by all the animals, which is really cool. So let's make a day and continue with the video. Now, I have been doing some things off camera based on reference photos I took last time I was at the zoo. For example, this fence over here was a rope fence before, and now it's the correct type of fence. I found this white stork on the workshop, and I've placed it on the nest over here, which is pretty cool. And in the Africa village, I have built this little stand, which does not have a shop in it, it doesn't fit, but this is where you can buy a spirello, which is like fried potatoes. It's like fried potato slices on a stick, basically. And yeah, it's in this pretty cool looking cart, made up out of all these corrugated sheets and then these planks on the front. There is another one of these stands which looks a little bit different, and I think it's actually going to be more difficult to make than this one. So I don't know, when we get to that one, we'll see if we actually make a new one or we just copy this one over. At the moment, due to the corona measurements, this stand is actually not there. So for 100% accuracy, we could put it over here where it's currently being stored, but I'm just going to put it where it usually is. But yeah, let's get to that aviary finally. So I've already put in the shape based on the reference pictures I have. Now, I have very limited reference pictures of the back of this place, though I have been able to kind of narrow it down. For some reason I thought it had this very abstract shape. I don't know where I got that from. From what I can tell right now, it's actually a much smaller building. So I think this is just about what we want. And now it's just a case of, yeah, filling everything in and then putting the ropes on it. And then also building everything. So yeah, there's a lot to be done. Let's get to it. I should stop rambling. Alright, if you've seen my latest tutorial, then you will have already seen this little bit of progress, but I wanted to give a small update because I have found out about something really cool. Now, before I talk about that, I wanted to answer a question that you might have if you haven't been with the channel for a very long time. Because this aviary was actually something that I placed down at the very beginning almost, and then I haven't touched it in forever. So you might be wondering, why do we have two pronghorn in an aviary? And the answer is that this aviary is normally home to a couple of birds as well as Kirk's dik-dik, and that's what these pronghorn are supposed to represent. Now, I would like to use baby pronghorn, but since there is no way to have aging turned off and breeding turned on, I'm holding off on making any baby animals until I have all the animals in place and I can just put down the babies, turn aging off, and then be done with it. So, the thing I found out earlier, I had a lot of struggles with this area because I don't have many or any reference pictures of the backside of this. But I just found a YouTube video of some keepers talking about the dik-diks and actually going inside of this building and standing outside over here. So I do actually have some video of even the inside of here, where you have like all the inside shelter of the dik-diks and the several of the birds. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to put the interior in here. So we are going to be focusing on the exterior and on the outside using that video that I found, which is very nice because as I said, this is one of the areas I can't really get to, so I can't really make any reference photos of it. So it's nice that we found them. Okay, so here we can see our new backstage area in action. We are going to have a vet walk through the door into the habitat and check some stuff out. And yeah, this is the new backstage area based on the photos or video footage of the Beekse Bergen themselves on their YouTube channel. And yeah, now the only thing that's left to do is the rest of the aviary and these kind of parts. Okay, here we are, and all that is left to do is the ropes that will form the net, and then this will be the second to last aviary that we'll have to do. Finally! I really wasn't forward to doing this one, but once I found those reference pictures of the back, I really had a good time building this. Especially with that new trick that I found out allows me to make all of these doors, which are really, really cool. Alright, the ropes are in place, and with that the aviary is done. It's really late for me, so I'm gonna have to go to bed, but there's still one more thing I want to do this episode. Namely, this little bit of currently empty field that is supposed to be forced. Alright, I did a bit of a quick and dirty job because I realized I have less than 2 days left before I have to leave to go camping. I have to still prepare stuff for going camping, like pack my bags and prepare some things to do, because we're going as a Boy Scouts group, so I have to prepare some things for the children to do still. I still want to upload this video, which I have to edit and then make and upload, and I still have a bunch of stuff to prepare for the park to be uploaded on the workshop as well. On top of that, I have a small list of things that I still want to do in the zoo before I upload it. For example, cover up all these natural path curb markers, fix the Z fighting in these bridges. Sadly, I don't think we'll be able to do this one in time, but I want to update these tree cages with the trick I found. And there's areas like these where I want to put a nice custom gate into the fence that I haven't been able to do yet. So yeah, that's why I did a little bit of a quick job, but I think it looks pretty good. And on the zoom out now, you can see that this entire area is filled in, which is pretty freaking rewarding, I can tell you that. Because now if we take a look at something like over here, you can just see forests everywhere, which is exactly what we're going for here. I really can't wait until we have this area filled out as well, because then we'll really get a thick, dense forest kind of feeling going on. But we're already getting there. So I'm gonna have to end off the episode here, and hopefully I'll still be able to make a good video showcasing the park to go along with the Steam Workshop upload. I'll definitely make a video announcing the upload, and I will definitely upload it still within this week. I just need to manage my time a little bit. So once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon. You'll see me in the little announcement video, but I will see you again in about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how much time I'll have to make videos after I go camping, because I also am going to spend some time with my girlfriend afterwards. So yeah, it's a bit of an anticlimactic ending to kind of season 1 of the project, I guess, but yeah, I managed my time poorly, and now it kind of comes to this, so I really should stop rambling. I'll see you guys again soon, and then, oh yeah, wait, one more thing that I wanted to ask you guys in the comments for when we get to the continuation of the project. I would like to know what you guys would like to see first. So do we take the left path with lions, hyenas, okapis, red pandas, my personal favorite, and sloth bears? Or do we take the right path with zebus, which are like an African cow, I think, the Siberian tigers, or the Amur tigers, the reptile house, which will then finally be finished, and another personal favorite area of mine, the Congo Square, which will have a restaurant and a bunch of playground stuff. So yeah, where do we start? I'll leave that, guys, up to you. Comment just left or right, and then I'll know what to do. Until then, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm really still enjoying this project so far, and it's coming along so great, and I couldn't be more grateful about that, I guess. But again, I'm rambling too much. I should just stop right now. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.